again, I'm doing this video with the Quran in the background, so I'm sorry if it's disturbing to you. I hope you can listen anyway. I have the Quran right here, and yes, this is my baby Quran right here. I love the Quran. It makes me feel safe. I keep it close to my heart. I sleep with it next to my bed. So everything that is going on, this is witnessing in the Quran, good and bad. So, Quran is the words of God, the words of God that the Prophet Muhammad received when he was in the cave and received it from the angel Jibreel. So, this is basically the last confirmation on all of the confirmations of that there is God and that there is going to be judgment day. The Quran cannot be changed because it's God's word, written and sent to the Prophet Muhammad in the original language, which is the Arab language. So we have this information of that it had happened because it's in the Quran as well. The Prophet Muhammad wrote it down with God's help himself. So there is the Surah the Cave, and then there is another Surah chapter 95 or 97 where the Prophet Muhammad received his prophecy. So he was around 40 years old, growing up as an orphan. He had his mother and father passed away when he was a little baby boy. His mother Amina, meaning princess, passed away. Also, his father was around his 5 years old. He passed away, and also around his growing up to become a prophet. Before he could make him 40, he had his grandpa, and he eventually passed away. So, in the most of his life, he was grown up with his uncle Abu Talib and his cousin Ali. So this is why there is a dispute of who is the prophet. You know, we have the Shia Muslims who believe that Ali was the prophet, and also that Ali is the prophet, they believe. And then we have the Sunnah Muslims who believe that there is Muhammad Sallallahu way to God, because Sunnah means one way to God. And basically that's the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu way to God, and this is the Quran. So again, this is the Quran, and this is the way to God. So, what is a prophet to begin with? A prophet is a person who receives prophecy from God. Prophecy means that there are angels discussing to the prophet words of God. You know, we have lots of false prophets going on right now because there are angels everywhere now working for God. And many people receive information from angels believing that they are prophets. So this is what is going on. And also we have mother of the believers. Remember that a girl can never be a prophet because she is a mother of the believer. She is a mother and a wife of the believer. Okay? So I want to discuss that Muhammad received prophecy when he was around 40. He worked when he was a child as a carpenter, and also when he became an adult, he worked as a servant for the well-known businesswoman Khadija, which had a business around the camels. And he was known in the city, and Khadija took him away. She said, I witness you are a prophet, and I want to marry you. So this was his first wife, and he said yes. And they became married. They had kids, 1 or 2 daughters and 2 sons, which the sons eventually passed away. And the mother Khadija was well known to everybody, you know, because that was his first wife. So then we have Aisha, we have Hanifa, we have Zainab, we have Zuwaira, we have Maimuna, we have Salama, we have Sauda, and we have maybe someone else. I'm sorry if I forgot. So he married Safiya. He married, may God be pleased with them. If they are believers, may God be pleased with them. So we never know what's going to happen on Judgment Day. You know, we all can wake up becoming a disbeliever, whatever. You know, we don't know. I'm just talking to you about what the Hadith actually says. So he married them because he wants to do the charity, the zakat, which is one of the pillars of the Islam. There is 5 ones. There is the zakat, there is the Hajj, there is the Ramadan fasting, and there is the witnessing, and there is the 5 times per day praying. 5 pillows per day. And yes, we have to do them every day. So this is basically to become a good Muslim. So also to believe in Prophet Muhammad will make you strength in iman and have good faith. So that's what iman means. Also, I want to talk to you about the whole fact that we have been portraying the Prophet Muhammad, which is not supposed to be done, because he was shining like the sun. His face was like the sun upon a person. Okay, that's the way the Prophet was. Wherever he went, people saw him shining and smelling good always. And his name is Muhammad, which means the 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 praising one. Okay, he is the praising one. He is the praising to Allah. So we also have his wife Aisha. So this was a girl who was one of his friend's daughters, and he married her at a very young age. So in Islam, basically, it is all about the souls. It's all about soul searching and soul finding. So she was said to be a little girl but having lots of faith in God. So that's why he married her. Then he had another wife who was a Jew. He married a Jew. So you cannot say that the Quran is not the truth, because Muhammad is just an example to us. He's just a person, a little piece of the puzzle in the whole truth of God. So he basically, is a showing to us, an example that, there is God. And so God shows us this by being friends with Jews, being friends with Christians. There is in the Quran when he was sent to the well-known Christian priest called Nasara, and he's also in the Quran that later on he became a Muslim and he let them stay there, and he said, yes, I agree with you that our faith are the same, and God knows what's going to happen on Judgment Day. People might be waking up and their true colors will be shown. So this is the way it is. Also, we have, the confirmation of the three things, which is in the Christian faith. They believe that God is God and that God has taken a son, which is the Messiah, Jesus, and that Mary is his mother, which is wrong, because this is what Muhammad will break, the fake false religion. So basically, there is God, there is God's prophet, and then there is the mother of the prophet. But we make them like this, because this is the witness saying, I believe I witness I have no other God than God, and I witness that Muhammad is his prophet. So we have God up here, then we have the prophet and his wife down here. So this is the way it is. Okay? And that's why we're doing this on the street, because it means one. We only have God. So also we have many different other facts about the prophet. He was very giving everywhere he went, always giving to somebody. People were getting richer, people were getting filler in food. He was always sacrificing animals to God, having dinners at home, inviting them to their house. A real good person. So basically, I'm doing just a little small appetizer about the Prophet Muhammad so that you will, eventually read on your own. So there is books you can download with the Prophet Muhammad life, the PDF. He's a very strong, patient, praise of prophet. And read the Quran. There is in the Quran a lot of information. There is, every prophet basically is written down and stated in the Quran and confirmed in the Quran. So please look it up. Also, I want you to read chapter 47, Surah 47, called Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that one is dedicated to him. So you can know about his life there too. And also remember that everything are just signs from God. We have prophets, we have fruits, we have balls, cars. Everything is signs from God. God knows what's gonna happen on Judgment Day. Maybe not going to heaven. We never know because that is why we have the judgment day because everybody is going to be judged. Their real, true inner soul is going to be judged. So basically, if maybe one of his wives were keeping secrets behind his back, this will end up at the judgment with God being released. So be aware of everything and start opening up this book, the Quran. Start to read and be good Muslims. You're not going to go to hell because it's awful. And it's in the Quran what is in hell, what is in heaven. It's in the Quran how to make a divorce. It's in the Quran how to what to eat, what not to eat, what to wear. It's in the Quran what kind of prophet had what talent, what happened to the people, which one believed, which one did not believe. There is chapters of women. There is chapters of everything. There is chapters even in the future of people who will go to hell. There is chapters of all kinds of things. This is the real book. This is the only book we have. This is the law book, the book of law. So time to read the Quran.